I don't know how much radio you listen to, but you may have noticed that pop songs don't always make sense. They have lines that seem to be completely misplaced, no relation to the rest of the song, or maybe even just completely nonsensical sentences, even complete gibberish. But because they're well produced and the melodies are infectiously catchy, it doesn't matter. Those songs can still be a hit. Now, what about songwriting for worship? Worship is different. The lyrics, I would argue, are of primary importance for worship. Whilst pop songs can often prioritise style over substance, or sing something because it fits the syllable count or it flows nicely, worship music and worship songwriting needs substance, and hopefully style as well. We don't want lyrics that just fit the syllable count or rhyme or are catchy but ultimately empty. We want lyrics that express who God is, that declare truth about what He's done and fit the syllable count. Now, what I'm talking about in this video is theology. Whether we realise it or not, everyone does theology. You may have never picked up a theology book, you might not have read a passage from the Bible, but if you've briefly thought about God, you've engaged in theology. Theology is what we think or understand about God. It's about our beliefs, it's about our practices. And this video isn't the place to fully explore that, but safe to say, what we believe matters. What we believe affects our actions. What we believe affects how we view God, how we view each other, how we view the reason for our very existence and our purposes in life. We all do theology, and it's vitally important. Now, every song we sing has a theology embedded in its lyrics. And those lyrics shape our mindsets and attitudes. We as songwriters don't have to be outstanding theologians. We don't have to have a vast array of letters after our names, but we do need to understand that what we will write will shape how people understand God and how they interact with Him. Most of our congregations are more likely to remember what they sing than what is preached. And you know this. In the days after a Sunday, I will often find myself singing a chorus from the worship set, just absent-mindedly. But very rarely will I recount word for word the 3 key points that the preacher has made. The songs catch the imagination and stick in the memory. Now, we as songwriters and worshippers could allow ourselves to feel paralysed by this responsibility and feel overwhelmed and retreat from writing and not want to take a risk. But I'd like you to take a risk. I'd invite you to view the importance of theology as an invitation and an inspiration to write songs. Songwriting's a bit like, in a way, getting to know someone better. So imagine you're in the stages of an early stages of a romantic relationship. You're excited. You want to get to know that person. You want to get to know them better. Their hopes for the future, their passions, their interests, their characteristics. You spend time with them. You spend time out searching who they are, in discussion, in conversation, and you form a picture in your head of who they are. And you start sharing that with your friends, your family. You tell everyone who will listen about how great they are. Let's get to know God better. And we can do this partly through our songwriting. The primary way that God speaks to us and reveals who He is through the Bible. And the Bible is the benchmark we use when we assess and form our theology. Imagine a painter preparing to create a work of art. They choose a palette of colours. And many painters will work in a particular school or a particular style of art. It has rules, it has regulations, it has patterns that are helpful. The Bible provides a similar foundation for our creativity. Search out the Bible to understand who God is and how He relates to the world. And then when you write those songs, you can use this palette to speak truth, to express what He's done in your life, to express your gratitude for who He is and how wonderful it is to know Him as Lord and friend. Someone once said, and I wish who I knew it was originally, they said, "Show me your song list and I'll show you your theology." So let's write songs that enable our church to honour God with our praise, but they also disciple the congregation. They give them a right view of God, a right view of themselves, and a right view of each other. Let's write songs that express our profound truths in a memorable way. Let's aim for that substance and style.